I'm Kayaditi, and this is Seagull Stacks Hard, all holes in one. We are back to those uneven walls and their unpredictability. Yep, a lot of these are going to be like this. Tap back, tap to the side to pop it up. Two, though, at least did have a predictable spot to pop it up. So three, yeah, if I take it to the left, then I can often just get it right up on that little ledge in one. Love when that happens. Did it in easy, so honestly it was still the best way to try to get an ace in there. 5 is one of those I struggle with in game all the time. I just end up going up and down the hill. But there is a kind of a mark on the floor to go with. This is what I do in game. It's that smudge, that dot. Kind of just to the left of that seems to be the best and can be done with some consistency. So just showing multiple aces using that. 6, I put several of these because it would just, in so many different ways and directions, get close. And it's like, oh, that would have just been such a cool looking ace. And of course it will stop right next to it. Going to the right, going to the left. I am going up and over, for heaven's sake, do something. Just excruciating. So when it finally went, that spot to the right, which I used the most predictably, it was the most useful to get back in that area with some frequency, because those rocks are a little smoother than others, but I was able to do that a number of times. So, yeah, you pay it off at some point. So this one took a while. I mean, popping it up like that, but it also catches a lucky hit off the stone there that redirected it. I was like, oh, thank God. There's a lot of tough ones in this course. 8, pretty straightforward. All right, 9. Well, I mean, for the ace, definitely popping it up and over the top like that. And for a while there, I actually would try it in game, because I swear there was some consistency to it. And then later it was like, nope, now it won't go over. So I don't know. It seems like my ability to do this with any consistency comes and goes. So true for so many holes. All right, 10. In game, I'm honestly very happy to get it in 3. I'm pretty sure it's a birdie. But that's a nice in 2. But there's a big dot there. And so to the right of that, kind of carries it over, or even, kind of towards it, gets it safely down that little path, and then you can pop it in there and it banks nicely to get it just in 3 strokes. So this big dot, if you go kind of the right of that one, will run through that little slot if someone feels like they can pull that off with consistency. So the ace, just up and over the top. Not using the stones that are around you at tee. 11 was just timing those little hops. Right there. Angles it back real nice. And it often just stops in that area down there, so it's like, why not go ahead and try for that? That mark on the ground, if you go right over that dot there, that little smudge area, that will actually hit that stone down there. I need a marker on this one, because if I'm just aiming for that stone, odds are I'm not going to hit it. And that gets it around the corner there, and you can get it in par. If you go to the right of it, kind of learn how to get to the right of that same smudge, yeah, well, you could hit the seam of that rock, and it would bank you in the right direction. So this one, I was having a little trouble getting over there, and I remembered I had seen this shot by Froman, who is just, he's got phenomenal aces. And within just, honestly, a few minutes of trying his, it went right in. 13 was definitely one of the toughest ones, just showing some ways of trying to get it past the first tier. Yeah, got this nice in 2. Loved that. That was exciting. Wish even that would happen in-game. I'm not doing any of this in-game. For acing it, you gotta just pop it up and over, like behind you. But it's just, you'll never do it in-game because it's so rare that it stays in that area. So many ways that could kind of get down there, but it's gonna bounce out, so... Finally. That felt like just about the only way to get it, is just keep going and hope it dunks at some point. Alright, 14. Do have that spot that was bouncing it down there nicely, and then it caught the edge of that slope. Nice little lucky catch that popped it up tighter so that it didn't go out and stayed on the top of the hill. 15, another really hard one. Just showing 3 different spots I kept working to see if something would pop it over there because they would kind of get near. The one that did pay off was that one. Oh, and it was such a beautiful little bump dunk right over the top. I was very happy with that. In game though, because I'm definitely not doing that. For the birdie, I mean, I think I'm doing what pretty much everybody's doing. Just learning a way to line it up and get it around the corner as carefully as you can. Got that long putt at the end, but as long as I can pull that off. All right, 16. In game, I like to do this at the moment. That kind of flat stone towards the left. It banks it up there nicely and kind of takes out, I don't know, some of the unpredictability. There's an ace from that direction. I got another one. Totally caught me by surprise. I mean, lots of them catch me by surprise. But I hadn't been doing this long, so I wasn't even thinking about trying to dunk it yet. Love that. It's like a little bit of magic. 17. Yeah, with a certain rock up there, it was just kind of like, okay, that's popping it back with a decent enough angle, and one of them finally gets lucky. $18. Taking it off to the right there. That was the most consistent thing I found for it'll catch the rocks in the back and for getting it into that back section. I'm going to work on this one some more. It might be a go-to in-game move, at least to try once. All right. Oh, there's some fun stuff here, but like you can fly into this one area. There's just this little colorful Minecraft-looking block just sitting down there. This 9 from 10. This was for a challenge, and it's harder than it looks, and it looks pretty hard. But man, it was challenging. The way the bridge is, it does not want to keep going forward. So I worked so hard on that one. Oh my God, look at this. My buddy Zonk, he was doing 13, which he did ace in a dunk. It was beautiful, but he dunked 14 from 13, and this is the coolest setup. He's killing it. I'm not even at tee. Like, this was just a strange thing, but it was such a nice looking shot that I don't even remember when I did it. That snow is acting just like water. I didn't notice that anywhere else on the course. Recognize that? I love when the ball just comes to a dead stop. Always unexpected and makes me laugh every time. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like.